All right, now my side of the story. So my girlfriend and I go into that Fred Meyer, get done, we walk out into the parking lot, walking across the long parking lot to the bus stop where we're going to meet Dwayne. And there's no sign of Dwayne, so anyway, we decided, well, let's just walk over to the bus stop and wait for him there. So we're walking across the parking lot, a police car comes in, starts pacing us. It's like moving real slow with our speed. I'm like, okay, what? And then we stop, and the cop gets on the bullhorn. All right, put your hands on your heads. I'm like, well, okay. We comply. Cop gets out of the car, walks over to me, and goes, you got a friend by the name of Dwayne? Like, yeah. He's like, are you his buddy? Are you his partner? I'm like, he's my friend. Yeah. He goes, all right, you two get in the back of the car. We're going to drive over to the bank, which is half the parking lot away. And my girlfriend at this time was a crier. She would start bawling at the drop of a hat. Easy cry on this girl. And we get in the back of the cop car, and she starts bawling her fool head off. Well, which only makes me look guilty of what? I don't even know, but I know it makes me look guilty of something. And she's inconsolable. She's just going to start crying. So we get across the parking lot, and we get out of the car, and the cop makes her stay in the car, which makes her only bawl harder, and takes me into the bank. And when I get in the bank, all the tellers inside are like pointing at me and going, yep, that's the guy. Yes, him. Yeah, he's the one. Yeah, he's the one I saw. And he take me to this back hallway, and we go in this back room, and my friend Dwayne is literally sitting on a hard chair with a bare light bulb in a lamp pointed at his head, and he is being grilled. Because at this point there are at least 6 cop cars there, which means there are at least 7 or 8 cops in the room with us. And poor Dwayne, he's being bad cop the whole way. There's no good cop here at all. They're just running him through the ringer. And I get in the door in time to hear him say, when they say, what's your mom's name? And he says a name, and then he quickly remembers, oh, my mother just got remarried. She has a new, different last name. So he repeats the right name, but he had said the wrong name the first time. The cop said, well, what is it? Is it this name or is it that name? He's like, And quickly, again, I get hit with this is his buddy, his partner. I'm like, what is going on? And I start to kind of piece it together. What had happened is that when Dwayne had gone back in, this is Dwayne's part of the story. When Dwayne had gotten back in to the bank to get the $5 bill for the check, they had already called the police. They had thought that we were trying to forge that check, and we got nervous about it and just split before the transaction was done. And I'm in the back this way. I kind of piecing this together, and I'm like, okay, guys, you think this happened? You think the two of us came into this bank with the $5 check? We're gonna split it, $2.50 a piece, and we're just gonna totally get away with it scot-free. But in the last minutes, we thought, oh no, man, they may catch us. And so we bailed. Why don't you just call Dwayne's mom and ask her if she wrote him a check? I'm sorry, I have to be very careful on these steps. They are incredibly narrow and very, very steep. And of course, the cops look at each other. One of them's like, oh, that's not a half bad idea. Let's do that. And so they call Dwayne's mom, and of course she says, yeah, I wrote him a check. And then they just let us go. Like, oh, okay. And I remember at the end Dwayne going, I still need to get that $5. I still need to get that. And we get out to the parking lot, and the car's still dead. And one of the cops is parked right next to us. When he comes out, we're like, oh, hey, Any chance you could jump this car? It just needs a jump. We're totally, the battery's dead. And the cop's like, literally says these words: "Don't you think we have better things to do than jump your car?" And all I can think is, yeah, hassle two college theater kids for forging checks in a bank with about 12 cops. But, of course, we didn't. And we caught the bus and we got to school and we were late. Completely missed the midterm. But our theater instructor at the time, when we came in, he just went, "Okay, here's a story. There's got to be a story here," looking at the three of us and what we look like when we come walking into class. And we tell that story, the story that I just told you. And because it was so animated, the entire class gave us a standing ovation just at the telling of the story of the thing that we had just done. And the instructor, well, he forgave our midterm tests and gave us all A's. And eventually my girlfriend stopped crying. And that is my story of the day.